Democratic Congressman and member of the House Appropriations Committee, Matt Cartwright. He's also co-chair of the Democratic Policy and Communications Committee. Congressman, welcome.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Great, thanks. What are your expectations in terms of Congress getting something to the president's desk to sign on infrastructure?
Well, I'm back here in northeastern Pennsylvania for the weekend. Those of us on the Appropriations Committee spent an enormously busy week. While the House was in recess, the Appropriations Committee was in Washington banging out 8 of the appropriations bills, an incredibly busy week. All of us are focused on, making wise investments in this country. There's talk about the process. Is it going to be the bipartisan deal? Is it going to be the reconciliation? My view of it, Mike, is don't focus on the process so much, because so much of this is yet to be worked out, and you could be going down the wrong rabbit hole and it comes out completely differently. What you really want to look at are the items being discussed, the investments being made in our country. Things like investing in child care, the child tax credit, which is so important. So many of these things are important for small business to succeed in our country. Right now, I'm hearing from business people that they're having a hard time getting people to come to work, either because the workforce isn't trained up. Well, we've got investments for workforce development, or because people are at home watching their kids. Well, we've got investments in pre-K, and we've got, as I said, the child tax credit, which can be used to pay for child care so people can be freed up to go to work. There's a lot we have to do, but there's just no question. It's been so long since we've made a massive investment in our own country, and we have to compete with Europe and China, and we have to build up our infrastructure, our traditional infrastructure, but also the new infrastructure, the high-speed internet that has to go into rural places. We need to help those places. We're good at this, and it's not about Democrats and Republicans. It's about believing in America and investing in ourselves.
Today, Senator Bill Cassidy, a key player in bipartisan talks, sounds concerned about rushing the bipartisan infrastructure package and the $3.5 trillion progressive wish list, potentially blowing things up.
We need Senate leadership, Schumer, and the White House to work with us. Right now, I can frankly tell you that they've not. We're competing with their $3.5 trillion plan. They want everything reasonable on their side, not helping us.
Is it hard to pass a bipartisan bill when Democrats are planning to go it alone on something much bigger?
Well, here's the thing, Mike. I think you're making a mistake when you talk about a progressive wish list. I mean it when I tell you so many of the things that we're looking at investing in are there to help American businesses compete. I left off with broadband internet for rural places. We did that 80 years ago with the Rural Electrification Act. We're good at this stuff in America. If we hadn't done it, my goodness, so many places in this country would not even have electricity. So, let's invest in rural broadband. I think there's broad bipartisan support for that. And so many other things that Bill Cassidy was talking about. Don't look at it through the prism of Democrats versus Republicans. Look at it as investments in our country.
But what about the concern that pumping all this cash into our economy could further drive inflation, hitting your constituents in the wallet?
Well, inflation, you have to expect pockets of inflation because there's so many bottlenecks. I have business people calling me up and screaming about the container ship costs right now. To ship a container across the Pacific used to be about $2,500. Now it's $8,000, $10,000. There is profiteering going on because of bottlenecks. I know the White House is looking at that, but these are the bumps and jolts that you have when you restart an entire economy. We don't have a lot of experience in shutting down our whole American economy and then starting it back up again, so you have to expect some growing pains.
Congressman Matt Cartwright of Pennsylvania, thanks so much for your time.